Hey guys, I've got my mum in the salon today and I'm going to try and make her look 10 years younger using the brow lamination technique. A lot of you may think brow lamination doesn't always suit mature women, but today I'm going to show you how soft and natural I can make it look. As you can see, my mum lacks hairs in her tails, which makes her brows look flat. As we all know, a flatter brow on an older woman can age them more. So I'm going to give her a higher arch to make her look more youthful. First, I'm going to cleanse the brows. You can use any kind of makeup remover or oil-free cleanser. I'm then going to go straight in with the Relax lotion. This is the first step to laminating the brows. I'm just going to go and apply that evenly all over the brow hairs, trying to make sure every hair is coated. Now I'm going to cover up the brows using a film and set my timer for 4 minutes. With hairs like my mum's, I always like to set the timer for the minimum amount, and then I go back and check to see if they need any longer. This ensures I don't over-process the brows. After around 1 minute, I like to go in with a brow lamination brush. This allows me to brush the products all the way through the brows, sitting them in the perfect position, as at this point the brows are super pliable. By the way, top tip, don't waste your money on costly lamination brushes. I actually use a tooth flosser. They're called interdental brushes. They are half the price and are literally identical. Once I have brushed them through, apply the film for the remainder of the time. My 4 minutes is up, so I'm just going to go and remove my product using an applicator. Another little tip, I like to save my product on the back of my glove, just in case any stubborn hairs haven't processed. If not, I can go back in with the same product. After I'm happy with how the hairs have laid, I'm going to make sure I've removed all traces of the products using a wet cotton pad. So I'm now ready for step 2, reform lotion. This step is going to set the brows into their new position. So with the lamination brush, or what I would call my tooth flosser, I'm going to brush the hairs into a soft but natural position. Lay the film over for 7 minutes. Once my timer is up, I'm going to then remove.
Now close your eyes and sleep. 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 Now close your eyes and sleep. 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 Now close your eyes and sleep.
Brows are now ready for the tint. I'm only going to mix dark brown for my mum's brows. I don't want them to go too dark, but at the same time, I need them tail hairs to pick up the tint to create a fuller brow in that area. I'm only going to apply the tint to the tail hairs only and leave for around 30 seconds.
Now close your eyes and sleep. 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 Now
Okay, 30 seconds is up, so I'm now going to apply to the rest of the bulb of the brow, but for only a few seconds. This is going to give me a softer looking brow, perfect for an older woman. You can see already how much more hair I have to work with and how the tails are already looking fuller.
sleep. Sleep. Now close your eyes and sleep. 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 Now close your eyes and sleep.
This next step is super important, and especially in an older woman, as the skin around the brows is a little bit more delicate than usual. So I'm going to use a barrier to protect the skin from grazing when I wax. This is a 2-step combination. The first step is an oil that I apply onto a cotton pad and then onto the skin around the brow area, making sure the skin has a layer of oil. So in order to wax, I now need to absorb the oil using a powder. I'm going to use my translucent powder. I'm going to apply that nice and thick to the areas I have just coated with the oil. This is called a double barrier and you won't get any grazing when using this method. Once the brows are prepped for waxing, I'm going to measure up roughly where I want to wax. Once I'm happy with the waxing guide, I'm going to check the temperature of the wax on my arm and then I can go in and wax the brows. I like to wax the brows in sections, working from one brow to the other. So I'm going to begin by waxing the first brow, applying the wax nice and evenly along my waxing lines. I'm then going to go straight in with my strips, working in small sections so I have more control. You can see I've left a little wax behind on this area and a couple of little hairs that I could do with coming out, but I will do this with the thread later. Just going in with a little oil to remove any waxing residue. Final steps to perfecting the brows. I'm just going to make sure the hairs are sat in the position I want. It's important not to trim the hairs at this stage when working on an older client. This is because the hairs look more harsh when they've been trimmed and we want them to look as soft and natural as possible. I do this by brushing the hairs over slightly to give you that soft finish. Let's finish these brows with a little highlighter. Using my highlighter brush, I'm going to sculpt out the arch area. Now to create this soft brow, I'm going to go in with a softer brush and blend that harsh line out for that super soft natural finish. With a touch of Pro Pencil, voila, all finished. These brows look absolutely amazing. The tails are so much thicker, I've created so much more shape, she's got more of an arch in there, and I definitely think she looks 10 years younger. Let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.